Stay right there.
You just right on the other side. This is the ramp they want to bring you in on, so you don't have to get in the water.
Because they told us to go around that way.
No, I said come around this way.
Right here. Come over. Go around all the way back this way. Yeah. We were telling you to turn around.
All right, now you can, that's the easy way. That's what that's built for.
Step backwards. Step backwards.
Must have been designed by a CB. It works.
Now the only downfall is the kayak holders.
Where are they at?
My phone in your pocket.
Sure. Any pick a pocket.
Thank you. Oh, y'all are good. You can just put him in it. Oh.
Go ahead.
Adula, go ahead and jump in that one. Oh, so Adula has to stay with the but yeah.
If you want to swap, go ahead and swap out.
There you go. Straight in.
You need help?
Adula in the back.
I know, right?
Wonder if that'll work with them sitting on the sandbar right there on the edge.
Nope. Not a chance. Not a chance. They got to get off the other end.
She'll launch it on the other side.
Yep.
Straight up and down, not flat on the water.
Now the other side. There you go.
I'm here with Erwin, and Erwin, you've been out on Lake Worth having a ball in a kayak. You look like you were doing great. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you learn anything different? Anything that you never thought about before?
Well, I never thought about how I would learn how it's a lot harder to go against the current than it is to go with it, and how if you just sit idle, you're going to move with the water instead of staying in one place.
Yeah. So one of the things that would help maybe if you learned sailing, because in sailing, what you do with the sails is you set the sails, and believe it or not, you can go into the wind with the sailboat on a breach. So one of the things with a canoe is you quarter the wind, and it's easier to do that, believe it or not. So maybe next time we do it, I could go out with a canoe next to you and say, okay, do this and do that. But also saw you guys were, some people were doing real great and some people were really struggling. You seem to be doing real great. I was proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I have actually never been in like a canoe or a kayak before.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been in one, and I never really thought about getting in one until today.
I grew up around farms and canoes and lakes. That was second nature. So this is great if you're having a chance to do that and learn that. Now, you and I were talking a minute ago. Where do you go from here? You just turned 13. You're a very, very beautiful 13-year-old lady. I can see you in a Navy uniform, right? Wrong. You want to go to where?
I want to graduate from West Point Academy and then hopefully go and be an Army Ranger.
That would be great. So have you ever jumped out of a perfectly good airplane?
I have not. I have always wanted to stay on my perfectly good farm on the ground, but You know, there's always a chance for new things.
My son Doug loves to do tandem jumping and has done that, and I think he's nuts because I'm a pilot. I don't ever want to get out of a perfectly good plane. I don't care what you got on your back.
Yeah, and like it's even like, okay, I can jump out by myself, but having somebody else there with me, I feel more stressed out about it.
Yeah.
Just like the idea of it, like not only am I responsible for me, but I'm also responsible for their safety.
Well, Erwin, one of the things that we think about, whether it's Rangers or Navy SEALs or the Army's organization, the Delta Force, we always think about the physical side and the military side and the combat side. But what a lot of people don't realize, that's a very small side. There's a huge amount of that behind the scenes that's in technology. Are you real good in technology?
I'm extremely good in technology. I was going to take tech ed in middle school this year, and then I decided to change my mind because I looked at the curriculum and I already know all of it.
That ain't no bad deal. So what can you do? What can you take that's way past that? Can you take college courses?
I believe I could if that was a career path that I decided I wanted to go with, as like a plan B.
Do you speak any other languages? Have you learned other languages in school?
Not in school. I started Spanish, and I can't have like a really detailed conversation, but I can have a semi-basic.
You know, that's a good thing. I think being bilingual, my mother was bilingual, and I grew up around it. I can't hold a conversation anymore. But I think it's important to be able to do that, especially now at 13, you're entering junior high or you're entering high school. How far away from you? What grade are you?
I'm in 7th grade, so I've already been in junior high for a year, and after 8th grade I can go to high school.
Where are you going to go to high school?
Boswell High School.
That's south of Fort Worth, isn't it? Where is that?
That is in Saginaw, Texas, so it's right in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. That's where all the big grain elevators are, is in Saginaw. Well, Erwin, this is a blast to talk to you, and I'm so glad I watched you young men and young women, out there on the water with those kayaks and canoes, and you were just having the time of your life. Thanks again for taking the time to talk to me. Great to see you. We'll see you a little later today. Thank you. You were having a ball out there today.
Yes, sir, I was.
How far did you go? Did you go all the way across the lake?
Yes, sir, about 2-3 times.
Really? So you built that little upper body exercise and built it up?
Me and my friends, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I asked you earlier, and you've been in Sea Cadets about a year, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you like the most?
I love field ops in April. That's my favorite part.
Now, what do you do in field ops in April?
So whoever's in charge at the moment carries out a mission and gives it to us, and we basically make a structured plan.
Define it for me. Tell me about it so people will know.
We go on a mission, and whether it's like to secure a point, capture hijacked vehicles, other missions like that, and we carry it out, and it's very realistic because here they use firecrackers and stuff like that. It's rifles, sir, and it makes it feel like you're in the moment, and if you do something wrong, you're dead.
Well, no, not with firecrackers, hopefully.
Yeah.
But Norris, you've been in Sea Cadets about a year. What do you think? What do you like?
I really like the aspect that you can really do anything from here. Like,
So you're going to be here for another 5 years?
hopefully.
Yeah. Now, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade, sir.
8th grade. That's fantastic. So you go to high school next year?
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to go to high school?
I'm gonna go to Legacy High School.
Where is Legacy?
It's in Mansfield, Texas.
Oh, that's a beautiful place. I got a friend that's got a hangar on an airport with a house sitting beside it, and they have a lot of fun. Norris, it's a blast to talk to you, and I'm so glad you had so much fun out there. You did great, man. All right, let's see what else we got going this weekend. All right? Thank you. Pierre, you are the #1 Sea Cadet here in this Forrestal Squadron. You're the senior guy, right?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
How long have you been in Sea Cadets?
Man, it's been a long time. I've actually been here ever since 2019, something like that. So I think 4 to 5 years, something near there.
Yeah, and you have done fantastic. Okay, now where do you go from here? Because aren't you a senior in high school?
Yes, sir. After I'm done with high school, I intend to go to UTA, and explore more of their aviation program. I think whenever I say UTA, people think Arlington, but I think it's Austin, the one that has the aviation program. So I think that I'm going to be going to UT Austin instead.
Yeah, listen, man, you would love it. I love it. I fly. I'm a pilot, and I got to take you flying someday. We'll have some fun doing that. Your mama might have a heart attack, but we'll have some fun. Or I'll have you go fly with a friend of mine who's a retired Navy admiral. Now that's what you really ought to go for, is being in the Navy and being an admiral, man.
Yes, sir. I intend to become a fighter pilot. My favorite jet so far, I got to say, is the F-22 because it's just such a marvel of engineering. Everything, even though the Russians copied it with their SU-57, I'm gonna just say that flat out right now. But the F-22 still reigns supreme in air superiority and everything. And it's just fascinating how they put all of this technical engineering into it, from thrust vectoring, where it just points one down and one up and just literally spins around, and then points two up to literally put its nose up, and then points two down to put its nose down. People often think of the F-35, but I feel like the F-22 is like just the jet.
I think you've got a real good point, and I think you might have a real good career. You need to start learning to fly. You need to start somewhere. Now, how old are you? 18, 17?
17, sir.
When do you turn 18?
In June of next year.
June of next year. Well, I want to be at that birthday party because you're going to be headed to UT and you're going to be in aviation. I just believe it, man. I think you're going to be a great pilot and a great naval officer. All right. Well, Pierre, thank you for being on board this afternoon, and thank you for watching out and all of your cadets as they were out in kayaks.
PO2, ma'am. Petty Officer, second class.
That's right. Yes, and I've got this beautiful young Sea Cadet that I got to coach a little bit on canoeing. Did you enjoy that?
I enjoyed canoeing very much, sir.
Well, tell everybody your name.
My name's Kumbum.
And Kumbam, what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade, sir.
Wow, 7th grade. So you 13 now?
No, I'm 12, sir.
12. Okay, Kumbam, what do you want to do when you graduate from college or graduate from high school? Where do you want to go?
When I graduate from high school, I want to go to probably an Ivy League or something, or I want to go to medical school after I graduate.
My doctor is a doctor named Pat Lurie, and he is the best cardiologist in Dallas, so you could follow a great tradition. And let me tell you something. One of the things about the Navy, I know a lot, and I had a lot of friends who were doctors in the Navy, and they got their medical training in the Navy. The Navy paid for them to go to medical school. What do you think about that?
I feel like that's epic, and it would be I think that would make the whole journey a little bit simpler.
Not only would it make it simpler and the Navy paying for it, but let me tell you something. You'd get experience that nobody else in the world would get unless they went through it. And I know because I've had a lot of Navy doctors as friends. What do you enjoy most about Sea Cadets?
Most about Sea Cadets, I enjoy usually the friends I make and the collaborative activities we do.
Describe, well, you were out there doing the kayak today. It got a little bit windy, but what are some of the other activities y'all do?
So a few drills ago, we did one activity of archery, and so we didn't really use real bows, but we tried to aim for a point and try to shoot. And we also swim. We swim in a swimming pool. We do volleyball and so on.
How fun. Well, thank you for taking a few minutes after you're out there with the kayak. You were doing great. You were doing fantastic. Well, we'll see you a little bit later as we're here on Drill Weekend with the Sea Cadets. Thank you again.
Thank you.